In today's video, we're going to learn how to make an accessible text box effect from within Microsoft Word. Welcome to the Accessibility Guy channel. My name is Sean Jordison, and let's jump right in. All right, first let's create an inaccessible text box. I have some text here that I'm going to copy, and let's do a return after the heading, and let's select Insert Text Box. We can choose pretty much any type of text box that we want, and we're going to paste in our text. I'm then going to set the text box inline, and let's go ahead and delete that text that I had. Now you can adjust the text box to whatever width that you want. But here is part of the problem. Some screen readers are going to have difficulty engaging with the text box from within Microsoft Word. Now, if we were going to take this text box into other formats like PDF or HTML, we could ignore some of the accessibility limitations from within Microsoft Word. But for today's video, we're simply focusing on the accessibility of a Word document itself.
Heading level 2 inaccessible text box. Text box 2 text box. Layout options left parent text space. Layout options left.
So this is creating not a great situation for me to access this content. Let's go ahead and launch NVDA and see if we can get it to read the text box from there. And now we're going to try to get to this text box using NVDA.
In heading level 2 inaccessible text box, / layout options, text wrapping and positioning, available.
And so it just skips right over that content. There are some advanced settings that we could set from within our screen readers to be able to get to the content of the text box, but it makes it to where it's just very difficult, and there are different ways we can approach the accessibility of this text box. So let's check out what that looks like. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to format a special style just for our custom effect that will make it seem like it's a text box, but really it's just going to be fancy styling. So let's go ahead and create a new style. I'm going to expand the styles button window by selecting the little down arrow in the bottom right corner of the styles window, and we're going to select new style. And let's go ahead and call this accessible text box, and the style type will be paragraph. It will be based off of normal, and just to make sure that we know we're editing the right thing, I'm going to make it bold, and let's go to the font tab, and I want to change the color to the dark red, and select OK, and then we're going to try it out. This is going to be a test. Actually, we can just apply the style here, and then let's keep working on it. So we're going to right click the style, select modify, and then let's go to our format button in the bottom left corner, and then select paragraph. This is where we can set up our indentation of the text box. So let's do before text and after text a 1-inch margin. Let's go ahead and do nothing on special, and our line spacing could be 1.5 lines. Let's put 6 points for before and after our spacing and select OK. Next, we can go to format. Let's select border, and this is where we can start to customize our border. I'm going to select custom border, and under the preview window, we can actually select the left, right, bottom, and top border. We can also select a shadow instead. We can choose the different types. Let's go ahead and try the shadow style, and we're gonna make the color a dark or a light blue, I should say, and let's adjust the width to be 1 point, and then let's select OK. From here, we could also change the font to something like Calibre. We could make it font size 10, and we could determine whether or not we want it left centered or right justified. I'm going to do center justified, and then let's go back into our border options. I'm going to change the width down to 3/4. We can also adjust the shading if we wanted to, and apply different styling. So let's select OK. We can then come back and actually change our font color to whatever we want. We could do black, and we can up our font size again if we wanted to. Let's select OK. And we can explore different formatting options to make this text box effect accessible. So now let's launch JAWS and see how it behaves with this text box style that we have set up.
Text heading level 2 accessible text box. Document 2. Early professional wrestling events were often billed as.
What's really fun about text boxes and different forms of assistive technology is that your results can vary based on a number of factors. The method that I showed you here today for creating an accessible text box effect is not only accessible to today's assistive technology, but really all we're doing is updating a style. And so if we wanted to take this to PDF, HTML, or any other file type like Braille or audio, it's not going to disrupt our remediation process in the same way. If you want to find out how I can help you get accessible, or if you want to join our community that has multiple self-paced courses where you can really deep dive into some of these topics, check out the link in the description of this video. And as always, I can be your champion for inclusion. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.